Hey there VC, David once again. I'm here to post a response to Maggie 1204 Willow's current contest. It's to celebrate Maggie's 1 year anniversary in the VC. Hey Maggie, how you doing? Congratulations on the 1 year. It doesn't feel like a year at all. It's gone really quickly, and it's been great. I've definitely enjoyed watching all of your videos and getting to know you, and sending some VCLT back and forth and things like that. It's been fun. So thanks for all the great videos and all the good times. So Maggie's contest, she asked us to think about some kind of standout musical moments. It only took me maybe 10 seconds to remember one story that I thought I'd share with everybody. If you cast your minds back to about the year 2008, I was in a band at the time, and I got a call from a friend of mine who I hadn't heard from for probably near on 4 or 5 years, I think, about that long. And she calls me on a Friday night at about 11:15. She basically says, "Hey, listen, I've got a friend of mine who's studying at the Australian Institute of Music in Sydney, and she has an assignment that's due on that following Sunday morning, and it's a performance assessment. So basically, she had an assignment. She was required to write and then go ahead and perform and record a song or two for this assignment. Unfortunately, the guy that she had been practicing these songs with for the previous 3 to 6 months or so had unfortunately bailed on her at the last minute. Fast forward Sunday morning, get down there, basically get into a classroom and have about half an hour to run through and firstly hear, and then run through and learn and play and practice these couple of songs. Walk into the studio room, and I've very quickly realised that there's about 3 studying sound engineers sitting at the desk. There's probably another 2 or 3 professional sound engineers there to help with the recording of the stuff. And there's also the director of the institute at the back of the room, overseeing the whole thing. And away we go. So we recorded this first song, and we thought it went okay, and went back into the studio. And basically the engineers and a couple of the lead engineers in there said, "Great, well done, first take, sounds great. You're free to go home if you like." So we managed to have a little bit of extra time up our sleeves. So it was asked if we had any other songs to do, and of course we had just one more song. So this is actually the guitar that I used during the recording. This is my 18th birthday present, which is a Maton Australian acoustic guitar. It's a great sounding guitar. So before recording the second song, the director of the institute walks into the room, and while the engineers are in the main booth room working on finalising some of the mixing and what have you of the first song, director of the institute, a gentleman called Nixon, walks into the room and basically sits down with us and has a chat to us for probably about 20 minutes or so, I think. And at the time I didn't realise who he was, but after 20 minutes of speaking to him, I certainly had a much better idea. Jerry Nixon firstly was just asking us about our musical interests and who we liked. He asked me who were some of my favourite guitarists. I mentioned Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin. The second that I mentioned Jimmy Page, Jerry started talking about the time that he recorded Led Zeppelin. My head exploded. I couldn't believe it. my head just about exploded. So I was all ears, and Jerry, for the next 20 minutes or so, basically told us a whole bunch of little stories and things about his time recording with Led Zeppelin. And he told the story of Led Zeppelin recording a song in the studio that required a large orchestra, live orchestra. They had the orchestra set up in the corner, which was quite a large room, and they had the guys in the band in the opposite corner of the room. Everybody was mic'd, everybody's ready to go. Jimmy Page walks into the room with his Les Paul, a music stand, and some music notation. The music notation related to what the orchestra was going to be playing. He had never actually, apparently, according to Jerry, he hadn't actually seen the transcripts before. And in first take, Jimmy just sight reads what's on the music stand and plays along with the orchestra and the guys in the band to record the song. One thing though that he mentioned that took me by surprise was he asked me if I was aware of an artist called Tim Buckley. And I immediately shot back. Of course, probably my all-time favourite solo artist was his son, Jeff Buckley. And Jerry basically told me that I guess the style of play, the way I played my leads and melodies and whatever, reminded him of Tim Buckley's lead guitarist. We have enough time to record one more song, so we go through and record the second song and get it finished in one take again, which was fantastic. And we thought we were finished. Jerry Nixon actually walks back in the room again and approaches me and asks if I could play the song again just by myself. And he wanted to basically have me go through, re-record and play against what I had played in the first tape. And he basically said he's got a guitar out the back that he wants to go grab to let me use. So of course, you know, I'm up for that. So Jerry goes and grabs a guitar, brings it back in the room, opens the case, and it's a type of guitar I've never seen before. Apparently it was a early 1970s Japanese built Epiphone jazz guitar. And the reason I hadn't seen one before is because it was Jerry Nixon's personal guitar, and it was a one-of-a-kind prototype. In addition to working with Zeppelin back in the UK, Jerry moved out to Australia in '69, and he went on to record artists like In Excess, Cold Chisel, Mental as Anything, and Icehouse, to name just a few. So here I am being handed this one-of-a-kind guitar by Jerry Nixon, who's insisting that I have another go through of this song because he really likes the style of my playing and wants to hear how that would sound on his guitar playing against my previous take. Not to mention the fact that he also mentioned that the acoustic guitar that I was using, he said that it was one of the nicest matins that he'd ever heard. So those words and comments coming from Jerry Nixon about my playing and about my guitar were really flattering. Coming from him, a guy who's recorded Zeppelin and In Excess and has been doing it for over 40 years, to pass on comments like that to me, I'm a self-taught hack, really. It was really amazing, and it was just an incredible experience for me. So wanted to share it with everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Maggie, congratulations again on 1 year. You're doing great. Keep up all the fantastic videos. Really enjoy them. Everybody else, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.